Hi, I'm Flo Gaia here in Durango, Colorado, at my Wild Spirit Retreat. I am a mind body health registered nurse and a shamanic practitioner. First, I want to tell you about a little something that happened on my way home from work. I drive through the desert, and I was just feeling really sad. Sad about the state of the earth, sad about the suffering of humanity, and it was really getting to me. I pulled over and I took out my little trusty penknife and I cut myself some sage. And I just started to breathe through it. Sage is very refreshing, it's very cleansing, and it helped to clear my mind. Not to deny my sadness, but just to alleviate it a little bit. We are all struggling now at this time with the threat of coronavirus, how to protect ourselves. We're taking all the external precautions we can, and we may wonder, is it enough? When the future is so unpredictable and so threatening, fear is a natural reaction. Also, this time, when fear is triggered this way, it can trigger deeper fears from our childhood, when the world, when our parents might have been unpredictable, when we might have felt very scared and helpless, the way we do now. But continual stress and anxiety weakens our immune system. That's our internal line of defense. So how can we relieve that anxiety and fear, both the old and the new, from constant ruminating, from that sense of hypervigilance, cleaning our hands, disinfecting everything? How can I increase my resistance to this virus? We have to find ways to soothe and comfort ourselves as we deal with this crisis. I'm offering today a shamanic meditation that is one way of helping to calm your nerves, to help you switch that mental channel. The same way you switch your TV channel. Take a news break. Every time I hear something scary or start to feel anxious, I take just a moment to switch my focus, to relieve that information overload. And the switch is not to deny the reality, but to reduce the anxiety and to boost our immunity. This meditation uses mind-body relaxation methods that are offered here at Wild Spirit. Breath work, visualization, song, drumming, music, prayer, being with the sky and the earth in a more deeply personal way. I encourage you to explore your own way of soothing and comforting yourself, of doing that. After the meditation, I will give you information on the music and about shamanic practice. We're going to start with 6 deep breaths. Deep breathing is known to switch off that anxiety stress response. And as I breathe, I'm taking in the beauty of the land around me. The sky's not quite so blue right now, but the clouds and the trees, the soft breeze that I see blowing through the pine trees, the occasional bird I hear, and allow myself to feel my rib cage expanding and relaxing. So let's take those 6 deep breaths right now. And I'm going to use my sage. In through the nose and out the mouth. I'm also going to use the sage. We use it as a cleansing ritual. It's called smudging. The smoke is actually a disinfectant. So I'm just going to light a little sage. cleansing myself of anything I no longer need, anything that is no longer life-giving to me. That is my intention as I use the sage. We can also use a rattle, and again, that is another method of switching that mental channel, turning off the worry. Can't really worry very much and think a lot when you've got a noisy rattle in your ear. And I'm also going to use a singing bowl for the same reason. And with each thing I do, I can just feel myself relaxing more and more. I'm going to sing a song now, and I sing not because I'm a good singer or to entertain. I sing to lift my spirits, and that's something you can do too. Sing your prayers, dance your prayers. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. Oh, great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. All around me. All around me. Next, we're going to call in the 4 directions. It's a way of praying. Each direction has what you might call an emotional or psychological component, a season, a time of day. And I would normally face each direction, but for our purposes here, so you can hear me, I'm going to just kind of stay in one position. I'm going to start with the east, which is directly behind me. So I call in the powers of the east. I call in Wiyoheya and Wanbli, the eagle. This is the time of the dawning of a new day. So I call in the east to help us humans bring in a new day where the earth can be healthy and we can be healthy, that we can walk upon this earth in a good way, caring for and respecting all of life. Wanbli is eagle that flies high. Give us the vision of the big picture of what is happening now and what can happen in the future. Give us a vision of how us humans can live on this sweet earth in a good way, in a healthy way, not just for ourselves, but for all things that walk and live upon the earth. Aho. I turn to the south. Itokaga, powers of the south, my Ashleka coyote. I call upon you to be with us here now. This is the time of summer and the brightest light of the day, the noonday sun. Shine your light upon us and give us the light that we need, the bright light of consciousness, to walk in a better way upon this earth, so that it can be a time of blossoming, of health, of creativity, of all things walking in a wonderful, beautiful way. Humans and the four-legged and the winged and the finned and the standing people, that we have room and space for all living things on the earth. So give us that wonderful vision of a new day on this earth, that we can all live together and share our sweet earth with all of life. Aho. I turn to the west. Rio Payata Wakinyantanka Mato Sapa. This is the place of the thunder beings, of the black bear that goes and hibernates in the winter, is going within. This is a time for us to go within and to really think about how we are relating to each other, how we are relating to the earth. This is the time of autumn, when the trees let go of their leaves easily and gracefully. Help us to let go of what no longer serves life on our planet, on our sweet Mother Earth. Help us to let go of dysfunctional ways of living and being on this earth. Help us to go within ourselves and think about how we are living, how we are relating, so that we can walk in a good way. Aho. I turn to the north. Wazia, Tatankaska. The north is the time of the darkest time of the night. This is the winter time when Mother Earth clothes herself in a blanket of snow and all the energy is beneath the surface. This is a time when we are walking in a dark time and we don't know what the future holds. There are so many unanswered questions, an uncertain time. So help us to be in this time in a strong and a good way, with the wisdom of the moon, to walk, take one step at a time, one day at a time. This is a deep spiritual time. Help us to take this time when we're in our homes, when we aren't able to move about the way we're used to. Help us to move deeply into our own spiritual being and mind what is there. Dig up what our spirit really wants to say to us. So help us be in this time. Aho. I look upon the earth. Inamaka. You give us abundantly every day. You feed us and support us and give us a place to walk and to stand. Help us to respect and care for you. We know you are sick and now we are sick. Help us to take care in how we connect to you and relate to you and take from you. We take so much from you, and often we don't say thank you. We don't realize how we're treating you. Help us to wake up to that and treat you with the respect and the love that you have cared for us all these thousands of years. Aho. I turn my face to Makpia Ate, Father Sky, the air, the light, the sun, the creative spark that comes again and again. I call upon you to let your pure blue sky energy rain down upon us and cleanse us, cleanse our minds, cleanse our hearts, cleanse our bodies of anything that doesn't serve us, anything that is no longer life-giving in our minds and in our hearts and in our bodies. I call upon the sun to bring upon us a corona shield with your bright sun energy to protect us and care for us and defend us from all unwelcome visitors. Aho. I look up all around me to Wakan Tanka, Great Spirit that is within us and all around me, and I say, Palami Yayelo, Wichoni Ha. Thank you for my life. Guide us, protect us, help us to live in a good way on this sweet Mother Earth. Help us to change our ways. Help us to change our ways so that us two-leggeds can continue to live on this sweet Mother Earth in a good way, in a beauty way. Aho. I'd like to sing our song again. Oops, no, I want to spend a minute or two just being quiet, showing you the scenery behind me. So now I'll sing our song again to end our meditation. Oh, Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. Oh, Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. Oh, Great Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me. Spirit, Spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are within and all around me, all around me. Aho, Metakuyasin. So we must pay attention to our internal line of defense, our mental, emotional state, as well as the external precautions we are all taking. We have the power to control our mental focus and not sink into fear. We actually have the power to change our brainwaves from that beta, fight or flight, anxiety response to alpha, relaxation, calmness. Not to deny the threat, but to reduce the anxiety. To get to that, I can come through this, I can handle this. We have the power to hold the balance of both the reality of the danger and still enjoy simple pleasures around us. A little chipmunk that came to my feeder. I had a bobcat trot through my property the other day. So we have that power. We must take that power to calm ourselves, to soothe ourselves, to comfort ourselves. So what is shamanic practice? Shamanism is 10 to 20,000 years old. It's a way of life, a philosophy that recognizes the energy in all of creation. And we can attune to that energy. We can attune to it by standing next to it, tree or a river, to listen to the wind, to see a hawk circling above, and humbly ask what it has to teach us about living on the sweet earth. There are cultural varieties of shamanism, practices, and herbs, but my goal is to offer you a simple shamanic practice. It's accessible to anyone who wishes to connect more deeply with the living earth, our home that feeds us and supports us. When you do this, you can receive very practical advice about our present-day human struggles. If we pause, be still, and listen. Drumming is another way to shift our consciousness, as I mentioned before. The music that you might hear faintly in the background is 741 hertz frequency. Again, this is a way to switch off our anxiety way of thinking and begin to visualize what I did in the meditation, an energetic shield enveloping yourself, your cells, the muscles, the bones, your lungs, your tummy. This kind of music is available on YouTube. You can play it while you're meditating, as you go to sleep, as you're puttering around the house, working on your computer. I'll see if I can raise it up a little bit. This kind of music, I'll be quiet for a moment. This kind of music is sound healing. It's music medicine. It stabilizes the heart rate, it lowers blood pressure, and it produces endorphins. Being a mind-body health nurse, I love it when science backs up spiritual practice. We're rediscovering how the wisdom of these ancient spiritual practices stabilizes our emotional state and can help boost our immunity. But more than that, we are reconnecting and rediscovering our place as two-leggeds in the greater circle of life. The two most important tips I want to leave with you is learning to be accepting and kind to yourself, whatever you're going through. Thank you, and if you'd like more information on my work and about Wild Spirit, you can go to my website, www.mindbodyhealthnurse.com. Thank you again.